So when I was 21, I was starting my first year of senior year. My first senior year, you know? Oh, memories. Time really flies when you're an idiot and you fail your classes. But here I was a senior on the swim team, and we had to go to our mid-season meet at the Technical College of New Jersey, or maybe just the College of New Jersey. I'm not really sure. Either way, we just call it TCNJ. Because of class conflicts, I had to drive down myself Friday. It was a 3-day meet, so we swam Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and everyone took the bus down Friday morning. But I had class conflicts, so I had to come Friday afternoon. Now, usually you spread out your 4 individual events over 3 days. But since I was already going to be missing both prelims and finals of Friday, I decided it would be my responsibility to take on the coveted Iron Cross. The Iron Cross consists of the 200 butterfly, the 200 breaststroke, the 200 backstroke, and the mile. All 3 of these events are swam on the same day. So it's the hardest stroke events plus the longest freestyle events, making out to be just a terrible, miserable time. But I was optimistic. I thought it'd be funny. You know, I was a senior. I had really no goals as far as times-wise. As an aging has-been, I wasn't really focused on getting personal records in events that I really cared. Finally, the big day came. And I had been talking it up to all my teammates. My coach knew what was going on. Everyone knew. Now, my big fear was that I might make it back for finals in some of these events. And I didn't want to have to swim this twice. That would have been terrible. I don't think I would have survived. But unfortunately, I knew top 16 make it back in each individual event, and there were only 15 people in the 2 back. So I knew that I didn't have to try, and I was still going to make it back. So for the 2 back, which was the first event, I went up to my coach beforehand. He tapped me on the back. He says, "Enjoy the warm-up." So I dove in the water. I started swimming backstroke. The whole time, my teammates cheering me on. And I, since I'm on my back, I can talk to them. I am just heckling them while I'm swimming. It was pretty funny, and other teams took notice and were wondering why this jabroni was talking while he was swimming. Then I swam the 2 breast, which I was actually recruited as a breaststroker back when I was fast. But now that I'm old and have terrible knees, my breaststroke time was about 30 seconds slower than my fastest breaststroke time, even more. I think like 40 even. So didn't make it back in that. Thank goodness. Finally, I had the 2 fly, which is my least favorite event because I can barely swim 50 yards of fly, let alone 200 yards. And that was a drag. I really struggled to get through the water. Felt like jello. I'm pretty sure I got lapped in just 50 yards, which isn't even physically possible, but I'm pretty sure I found a way. After that, I had about an hour and a half break before the mile. I'd never swam the mile before, and this was going to be my first time ever swimming it. I asked my friend Ethan for advice on the mile, and he said, "Just go up and down the pool." I said, "Thanks, Ethan." I asked my friend Ewan for advice on the mile, and he just smiled at me. I thought, okay, cool. So I came up behind the blocks. I was in the slowest heat. Nobody else had warmed up. The entire team was cheering me on, and I started to swim the mile. And I have never been more bored in my life, except for the times I would look over and I would see my teammates going absolutely bonkers, watching and laughing, as I, being the slowest person in the pool, was getting perpetually lapped by teenagers in a Speedo. When I finally finished, I touched out in over 20 minutes. 20 minutes of continuous swimming. And I think the closest person to me had finished a minute and a half prior. And that was my story of the Iron Cross. And to this day, I hold the record. The unofficial record, because I'm the only one who's done it.